I'm about to tell you all about the 2019 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV right here in the south of France, so make sure you hit that subscribe button because this is going to be good. This review was made possible by Clearwater.ie. So this is the new Outlander PHEV, and yes, I know it's not entirely new, but you know, it's as new as it's going to get from Mitsubishi. What Mitsubishi is trying to create here is an off-road hybrid electric plug-in vehicle, and that's not as easy as you might think. Because you see, a PHEV means you have to be able to plug it in to run entirely as an electric car, but also have a petrol engine in there, which is a Cummins engine. These often work well together when you put them in the right combination, but when you combine them with a four-wheel drive off-road, soft-road vehicle, then it can be a little bit trickier. Plus, you see, Mitsubishi are doing things differently, and let me explain what different is. Instead of putting a sat-nav in, they're just assuming you're going to use Apple CarPlay or Google Android or one of those. So they've enabled all of that, but they've left sat-nav out of the car. Brave move, maybe. Not everyone wants the Apple CarPlay, but you know what? No one's complaining because Mitsubishi already done this. Realistically, Mitsubishi don't really have any competition in this segment. No one else wants to make a large 4x4 as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Everybody else wants to make a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle as a small soft-roader. Mitsubishi, however, they want to go to full hog. They want to make a big car and put batteries in it. The Outlander has now replaced the Shogun in the Mitsubishi lineup, as Mitsubishi have killed it off. The Outlander is also the best-selling plug-in hybrid in the UK and most of Europe, comfortably outselling the BMW 330e, Mercedes C350e and Passat GTE. It's practical 4x4 and it manages to be extremely economical on short journeys where diesel-powered cars are at their worst. The first thing I noticed last night at press was waiting for the gate to open in front of me is that this is primarily an electric vehicle. So the normal way electric vehicles are made is that they take a perfectly good petrol car and they slap an electric motor into the back of it, and they put batteries in the middle, and then you're left with this electric car that has a petrol engine in it, right? Under the bonnet is a 2.4 litre Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder engine that replaces the old 2 litre, giving slightly more economy and power. The E-motor mounted on the rear axle is the new and more powerful. Both generator and batteries capacities are up, and the steering, brakes, suspension, all-wheel drive and hybrid control systems have all been upgraded or made generally better. Even though the body remains basically the same, there's still a lot of new stuff you just can't see. So when you start this up, like right now, I am in, and it sorts this out for me. I'm not pressing any buttons. I am just in D here. It is electric, so it's now currently just driving me in electric mode. Mitsubishi claimed that you'll get 141.2 miles per gallon or 1.98 litres per 100 kilometres. I can't see either of those two numbers being realistic unless your commute can be done entirely on e-power. Mitsubishi says the internal combustion engine can go 89 days without actually starting. Still, the Outlander does promise decent fuel economy. The CO2 emissions are 46 grams per kilometres on WLTP. At the old NEDC cycle, it's rated at just 40 grams per kilometre. A big 4x4 in tax band A is always going to be welcome. What are we going to say about this model? The difference between the two mainly, you get a little bit more torque in this, a little bit more stiffness, the chassis feels a little bit better sorted. I also appreciate that the steering seems to weight up in a nicer way on this car than it does on the older model, and so in the parlance of marketing it has a little bit more dynamism when you're driving it. There's a horrible word for you, but it actually does feel a little bit better, a little bit more dynamic. So it's kudos to Mitsubishi for having a big 4x4 PHEV for sale just at the right time. People do want those choices, and families will often struggle with saloon style PHEV cars. If you can make this plug-in vehicle car fit your lifestyle, then the Outlander is the obvious choice for space, practicality and monetary savings. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've learned something in this review. I hope I have earned your subscription. Click the like button, click the comment button, click the bell beside subscription button if you want to get notified whenever I upload a video. Until the next time, probably not from south of France, probably from Portugal, I will see you on the far side. This review was made possible by clearwater.ie.